Hey there, everybody. My name is George. I'm the founder here at Extension Ecom, and I just wanted to go through some keyword research tactics. I think this is basically the foundation of everything with a listing. When you have the proper keyword research, you can then build out the proper SEO. And SEO and PPC are directly tied together. You can then build out a proper PPC strategy. And finally, you can utilize the keyword research to inform your images, your video, your A+ content, and really appeal to what consumers are searching for. So what we'll do here is we'll go through a general process to do keyword research, and then what actions can we take from that. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll just base it off of a collagen sleeping mask. Let's say we were selling or going to sell a collagen sleeping mask. Let's first off just identify some different products here in the market. And we'll go based on non-ad related ones here. So what I like to do is I just like to search the general product name, collagen sleeping mask. And then I like to control click out a few different ones so we can start to gather a good quantity. And then once we have a decent amount here. Once we have enough, we'll go over to Helium 10, and this is what we utilize for keyword research. So we'll get into Helium 10 here real quick, and we're going to navigate to the tools, and then we're going to go into Cerebro. Now what Cerebro is going to allow us to do is to input the ASINs that we've identified might make sense, right? Those collagen sleeping mask ASINs into their tool and get the keywords from them. So let's go ahead and just grab the ASINs. Now, in order to grab the ASINs, you'll navigate to the search bar and you'll grab the B0 link or B0 just strand of characters, for lack of a better word, and you'll utilize that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do get keywords here. And we will fetch the data. Now, once we fetch the data, we're going to want to utilize a couple of different filters to cut down the quantity of keywords, because normally it's going to be just a lot of keywords. So yeah, we can see 6,548 keywords initially. That is quite a few. So how do we cut this down? We want to utilize filters. So the first we want to do is a minimum of 1 search volume. There's no real point in, having 0 search volume keywords. The second thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do a word count of 2, right? We're probably not going to target 1 word. So let's get a word count up to 2. And then for keyword sales, I don't know why my time period's like that. For keyword sales, same exact thing. If it's not selling, we don't really care. So let's get a minimum of 1. And I like to start with that and just apply the filters and see what ends up, coming out. So we went from 6.5 to 3.9. So another one we can play with is going to be this average rank of competitors and quantity of ASINs that rank, and that could help cut this down. I found that it's kind of inconsistent. We have 5 here total, so we'll start with 2 and we'll just move our way up and see. So we got down to 2,300. And the reason why you do this is because it just makes it more and more targeted, right? If more and more ASINs are appearing for the same verbiage, it's very likely that that verbiage is important. We're still in the 2,400s. We'll move it up to 4. Still around the same amount. I think we cut like 4 or 5 keywords out. So all 5 of these ASINs are indexing for these 2,376. So we'll just go with this. We'll export the data as a CSV file. We'll do it as an Excel file. Either or. And then we'll get our data here. So it's going to spit out a ton of data. I think the 2 most important things that you want to look at is going to be search volume and sales. So we'll go ahead and delete everything besides search volume and sales. And then we will proceed with the keyword research here. Whoops. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and filter these. And we can sort by ascending. So we have our keyword, we have our sales, we have our search volume. Now keep in mind, we are doing collagen sleeping masks, right? So that is our product. We want to make sure we have keywords that are related to it. Now, actually, what I like to do is I like to use two monitors when doing keyword research because I can filter these keyword phrases and then I can copy and paste them to a second Excel sheet. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to pull up a second Excel sheet here. And I'm going to keep this on my other monitor. Actually, you know what we'll do for the sake of this? We will go ahead and run this both on the same monitor. All right. I'm going to prioritize this guy over here just because it's where a majority of the work is going to be going through. So again, we're going to be doing it for collagen sleeping mask. So first thing I want to do is just shoot straight for the low-hanging fruit, right? So let's go for collagen. Now I have a couple of branded ones here. I'm making an assumption that Biodance is likely a branded one. So if you have a question about a keyword, not the most efficient method, but you can just go double check it by pasting it into Amazon. And if you know your, product, you're going to know the brand names better off the top of your head. So if we search for Biodance, we can actually see that Biodance is a brand. I'm assuming that they don't have a big presence on Amazon and they're probably larger off of Amazon. And this is potentially a reseller. No, okay, this is Biodance. But again, yeah, I'm making an assumption that they probably are just much bigger off Amazon because the amount of volume that has for only, 50 reviews is pretty crazy. I'm actually going to go ahead and jot these down. Just because we jot them down does not mean we need to keep them and use them. We can just make a Biodance column. Now, collagen face mask, this is really going to be the bread and butter here, right? It's, your number one most accurate word. So we'll definitely grab collagen face mask, collagen sleeping mask, collagen mask for face. And then we can see we have a bunch of these biocollagen masks. So I'm just going to jot that down as a separate one because again, when you're new to the market, you're not going to know all the little intricacies. Now, if you are the brand owner and you're like really leaned into the market, you'll probably know better. But it's very difficult for someone first time to truly understand everything. So it's good just to write down all the different verbiage and just categorize it. So this is creams, not face masks, but we can see a lot of carryover immediately from the creams to the masks. So we would want to use that for things like alt text, backend search terms. So let's go ahead and make sure we keep that. Let's go ahead and just work through it. Collagen for women face. This is just kind of a general collagen word, but I think it goes under face mask because it's for the face. Collagen film for face. Put that there. A bunch of these bio words. I'm just going to put them all under bio. And we can see a Korean collagen face mask. So obviously if you have a Korean product, you're gonna want to have that, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and just sort through all of these. Let's grab that, and then let's just grab some more general collagen terms, right? So backend search terms, we'll put lip mask. Backend search terms, we'll put eye cream, right? We just want to grab all these different things that people are searching for that are collagen, just due to the fact that if they then end up at our detail page, alt text and backend search terms are not client facing. That would be completely free traffic, right? So we'll go ahead and just rip through this a little bit more. And again, I'm really just trying to capture as much verbiage that makes sense as possible for a couple of different things. That's going to be your title, it's going to be your bullets, it's going to be your PPC campaigns, it's going to be your alt text, it's going to be your backend search terms. Basically, break it down into consumer-facing text and non-consumer-facing text. It's a good way to think about it. So we'll just continue to pull through on some of these. Collagen face, deep collagen mask overnight, collagen face mask sheets, collagen threads, collagen paper face melting. That is interesting. As someone who has never used a collagen mask, sounds scary. All right, Biodance really killing it. They should get a bigger Amazon presence. Biodance, if you're out there, let me know. Deep collagen anti-wrinkle lifting mask. Yeah, and then you'd obviously need to know if your collagen mask dissolves in order to utilize that. Definitely not a negative. So one reason why I'm stacking all this Biodance is because they don't have a big presence on Amazon, and there's still so much search volume. I mean, based on that one little search, maybe I missed them. And that would be something that I wouldn't put too much time on during the keyword research. During the keyword research phase, you're just kind of learning the market, and then you can investigate further afterwards. So we'll go back and investigate that Biodance a little bit further later. But for now, let's just continue to build out our understanding of what people are searching for. Let's get this, whoops, let's get this Korean verbiage moved again. Korean verbiage is just jumping around. Collagen Korean. Collagen masks. Surprising there's a collagen drink. We'll leave it for the backend search terms for the alt text. Liquid collagen for face. I think that would go more under general, just generalized terms here. I originally called this cream, but we're going to rename this to general because that's what it's become. Biodance, 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 Biodance. Man, Biodance has a ton of brand recognition. Okay. Firming mask. Mask Korean. Again, the reason why I'm putting that here rather than there is if you're not a Korean brand, you're not going to want to put that in your title, but you could put it in your ads. Collagen face mask Korean. You could put it in your backend. You could put it in your alt. So it's still good to pull, even if it's not directly one-to-one. I want to grab a couple more of these guys, but we should have more than enough to build out some proper alt text and backend search terms capturing the market. Whoops. So we'll just start to focus more so on the collagen masks. Actually, we don't have serum yet, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, collagen overnight, space collagen for women. Collagen tightening patch, Korean face mask collagen. Collagen night cream. Film mask. Biodance, Biodance. Collagen mask for women. Whitening cream. Sheet masks for face. Facial cream for women. Collagen melting sheets. Collagen sheets for face. Collagen creams. Collagen mask overnight. Collagen cream for men. Collagen move kit. Collagen mask for face. I feel like we've already gotten most of those for the general, so we're just going to leave them. Collagen face mask for women. Right now, we're just trying to go super in depth here because we can really use these for PPC. versus the other stuff we've already captured it. We're not going to use it for PPC again. That'd be primarily backend search terms, alt text. So we're just going to start leaving that behind now. Collagen masker face Korean. The aging collagen mask. Collagen cream for women face with an insane conversion rate right there. Deep collagen mask, really good conversion rate. V-line, really insane conversion rate. Collagen for facial. Okay, we'll grab those. I'm just gonna just do skim. We don't have to hit everything perfect now. We've got a lot of the verbiage. Strips for wrinkles. Actually, I don't think I have that for backend stuff. Sheet face mask. Skins. For la cara. What is la cara? The face? Question your face. She. Face masker man. Alright. For the sake of time, we'll call it there. We'll transition. So the next thing I want to do is I want to remove the collagen verbiage. Just to get some more general terms that we can use for just for more general terms for alt text, for backend search terms, for titles, bullets, etc. That has super high search volume. So we'll make a general 2.0. We'll call this collagen general. You could also go specific into face masks as well. We can see Korean face masks popping up again. Korean brands have a ton of search volume within this space. Hydrating face mask, right? So right now I'm just trying to grab anything that might make sense to throw on a title, bullet point, a backend search, and alt text. Probably am not gonna advertise on this super high volume unless you're a market leader, or unless you have a ton of funding and you got mind burning cash, because I'm assuming it would probably be hard to convert, high CPCs, competitive, etc. Moisturizing. Whoops. Now, when we're getting down here, like the 10,000, I would definitely not recommend, or sorry, 100,000, I would not recommend. 24, 14, 8, maybe not. Below 5K, it might be a little bit more. It's probably worth testing. Facial masks for women's skincare. Face mask, skincare. I think we're starting to get to the point where we're going to have everything covered. Again, probably not going to go hard on a campaign here. I like the word bulk. We can definitely include that in alt. Sleepy mask, hydrating mask. Let's grab those two. Best face mask, skincare. All right, I think we'll call it there. So we've done our keyword research. To start off, right? So we have some bio, we have some biodance, which biodance would primarily just be used for ad campaigns. So I'm just going to move it way over here. So you have collagen general, we have collagen face masks, we have general. Move this here. We'll just swap these positions. And once I have that figured out, I can start building stuff. Now, Korean is similar to Biodance. It's only if it makes sense to use. So if you're not a Korean brand, put that in the alt text, but you're not going to have it. If you are a Korean brand, major advantage there. Definitely use that and position yourself. Now it's going to be good to then add back in the titles so you can remember what is going on. Otherwise, you'll forget. Or if you show it to someone, they'll be curious and they won't understand. Okay, why didn't I grab the keyword? All right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. I should probably also just added this right away. Oh well. Okay, so you have this built out. This is going to be more of our collagen face mask. So this stuff is the stuff that's kind of like you would use it for PPC, etc. But what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and start to identify, what should our title be and how do we build out our SEO. So I like to have the raw data, the keyword research, and then you can build out an SEO tab, and then we can build out a PPC tab. So let's go back and grab the raw data. For that, just clear all your filters here. And the reason why it is beneficial is because if you ever want to just go check and see, if you don't keep the raw data, you have to redo all the research, right? So you have to redo the poll, you have to redo the filter, you have to it just saves you probably 10 minutes if you just keep it here. So we'll name this collagen sleeping mask keyword research. Okay, let's remove the arrow. We'll just keep this as the raw data and remove the research. Okay. So what we want to do now is we want to build out your title, your bullets, your backend, your alt text. Now, for the sake of ease and what's the easiest to do, we'll start with the backend and the alt. So for the backend and the alt, it's quite easy. I would go ahead and go to a word counter website so you can track characters while you build this out. You can see actually some alt text I was building out for someone else. Okay, so for this, we're just going to go down the line. It's going to be the easiest way to do it. If you're wondering what I mean by down the line, I'm just starting from the top here and going straight down. And I'm just going to type it out. And I'm not going to worry too much about being like super, slow and picky. We can revisit it once it's built out, right? So then we'll just go double check here. Probably delete that. Collagen cream face lip mask eye cream. Women moisturizer patches mask mist sub patches threads. All right, cool. We would then do skin, gel, body. All right, cool. So that's just an example there. We're not going to do all of them for the sake of time. But you probably want to, most people have 5 modules for the Array Plus, so you probably just want to build out 5. Now you can also throw this behind the brand story. You could have 4 images in one A plus. So maybe then you want to do more, right? But for the sake of time, we're going to do 1 and then just count the amount of separate images you need alt text for, and then I would build out a separate one per each individual one. So don't just use one line of alt text, but we're only going to build one out for now. Same exact thing for backend. You can do more than one backend now. Right, and backend is just going to be a higher character count. I believe it's 250. Whoops. But we're not gonna do it. But yeah, you can do more now. So you're gonna want to build out 1 per again. But we're not going to do that for the sake of time. Now for the title, you're going to want to start off with essentially brand name. And then if you have a specific product name, it's typically good to put that at the beginning. So and then outcomes, right? Like what's going to help people do, and then like MISC, SEO. So let's just go choose a random brand from our search. So let's go back to collagen sleeping mask. Okay, a little bit further. Okay, so we can go with this one right here. Well, there's pretty solid, so we'll go with moistful. They could use some work. All right, so they could use some work. They just don't have that much going on here. Versus if we look at this one, they do a really good job of following the blueprint, right? You can see that we saw a lot of Korean verbiage. They have that in there. They have the product name right up top here. And then they're talking about, what outcomes you'll see from this, and some other MISC. So this is a really well set up one. As for Etude House, they could use some work. So let's go ahead and put some work in on Etude. So normally what I like to do is I like to just take what you have or what they have. And then I like to paste it so we can just kind of see what's going on. Okay. And let's see if they have bullets. Cool. Okay, so we would go with Etude. Now, what is House Moistful? Is that the sub brand of Etude? Is it moist? Is there a Moistful product line? Okay, so it looks like this is a type of product line they have for collagen. So we would go ahead and just base it on that, right? So Etude Moistful. Let me double check that that is the right spelling. Yep, okay. So I do Etude, comma, Moistful, dash, right? So kind of overarching brand, sub brand, dash. And then let's get that product name up front, and let's also go check out like what are people really, really searching for. Collagen face mask is the highest search volume. So rather than collagen sleeping pack, and let's go look at what they're selling because I genuinely don't know. Probably should, figure that out. Okay, so it looks like it's. I mean, it looks like it's a face gel. Protects your skin. Sleeping pack. Yeah, it looks like it's a sleeping mask for the night. So let's just call it collagen face mask, right? And let's double check that. Make sure it's okay to say that, right? And again, this is not the most efficient way. And if you know your brand, you're going to be able to know these this verbiage really, really easily. So it looks like this would be more for like sheet mask, but you can actually see Mario. It's a very prominent brand. Let's go see if Mario has the mask. Or if they're more of the cream. Yeah, I mean, if Mario's doing this, it's chill. Okay. So let's go back and say Moistful Collagen Face Mask. Right, we just want to hit that super high volume right away. And let's go see, where's my general? Face masks is also extremely, extremely high. And we'll probably want to get that word facial in there as well somewhere. What else is super high? We can see hydrating, moisturizing, both super high volume. So I would want to transition into some of those outcomes. Collagen face mask for sleeping. Hydrating and moisturizing. Let's go back. Hydrating, moisturizing, both super high volume. Got bulk. Let's see what else. Film. Deep. See over here. Okay, nothing else. Let's just do a quick scroll. This is why it's good to keep the raw, just in case you want some additional inspiration. Okay, the word night. The word night does very good. What else? Dude, hey. Here they are. They got some brand recognition in the marketplace. It's cool. Overnight. So we have night, we have overnight. The word beauty. K-beauty. It still has beauty in it. We should check and see if Etude is Korean, because there's so much Korean. Here's beauty again. Maybe worth trying to get the beauty in there. Beauty verbiage in there. Hydrating again. Cream face mask, cream moisturizer. We got the word beauty again. Obviously, this is a brand name, but the word beauty continues to show up, so it could be good. Got dark spots, but I think we should steer clear of that. Some Spanish. Might be worth including in the alt and backend because it has such high search volume. Beauty again, dark spot again, night again. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with night beauty, overnight. Let's try to get those in there. For sleeping, hydrating, and moisturizing, let's say cream because it kind of looks like a cream, and cream is super high volume. Right, so we go back to it. It looks like kind of like a cream. I don't know the exact definition of a cream, but I mean, let's just go to Google and search cream. Looks cream to me. Okay, Etude Moist Full Collagen Face Mask for sleeping, hydrating, moisturizing cream for overnight beauty. And then you can do either ingredients or MISC SEO keywords at the end. But in general, that's how I would set it up. So let's go ahead and see how they close their title out, and if we want to include anything more from their listing. They just call it Sleeping Pack 3.38 ounce. Let's go see it here. Do they have anything on ingredients? Super collagen. Okay, it looks like this baobab oil is one of the bigger things in the product. So let's go ahead and include that. How do you spell that? Baobab. Baobab oil. And what was the water? Baobab oil, collagen water. And then they finished with the size. So just to keep it consistent, we'll do 3.3 OZ. 3.38 OZ. And then I'm not going to check the length, but just double check the length, obviously. And if you go look at their bullets, again, we don't have to rewrite it, but let's see what they're doing and how can we add to it is how I would approach this. Let's go over here. Wrap text. We'll make this way bigger. Can't read it. Fits on your skin perfectly. What? There we go. Okay. Fits on your skin perfectly, protects your skin from dryness, and makes your skin moist with its jelly texture. Okay. So the easiest thing to do is you could just be like our collagen. Right? If we wanted to include our collagen sleeping mask will protect your skin from dryness and make your skin moist with this jelly texture. Perfect to apply before sleeping. Allow your skin transform overnight. So what we did there is we added in some additional verbiage that we want to hone in on based on the search volume that is in the market, right? And obviously we can go way more in depth than what we did here, but this just gives you the baseline knowledge and how to operate. So you go get those keywords, when you get the keywords, then you don't have to completely start from scratch with titles and bullets. You can just take that title and bullet and inject the SEO verbiage into it. As for your backend and your alt, again, I only did one and I didn't even fill out the whole characters for the backend. But yeah, that's pretty basic stuff. It would just have been time consuming to do it on this video. But basically just go through your keyword research once you have it complete, and then you can go ahead and do that SEO. Now for the PPC structure, we probably are going to want to operate through this collagen face mask verbiage, because that's what we're selling. So real quick, we will just go through what we would want to do here. Let me grab that as well. For the PPC, let me just remove this. Okay, so we have our lowest hanging fruit, right? Our collagen face mask verbiage. So I would probably do a high volume set of campaigns and a low volume set of campaigns. That's just because budget is set at the campaign level. So if you have all these in one campaign, it's just a ton of words, and also it's probably all going to go to the top, right? All the spend is going to be allocated to the top view. So it's better, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just to show you why, this is 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, math. Well, anyways, it's better just to kind of show you the difference here. It's just a matter of numbers, right? So the top is getting 18,000, the bottom's getting 12,000. We don't want these lumped in. And I would go as far as to say is we probably want to remove these two as well. So we would do H4 to H7. And then we would go H8 to H, boom. Okay, so that's a pretty even distribution there. So that's what we'll do. So H4 to H7 gets us these 4. And we'll put that in our high volume, and then we'll take all the remaining for the low volume. Now, we did burn through that keyword research very quickly. I would optimize for speed there. I wouldn't, suss out every single word in the research process. You're just trying to get more data and information. But now that it's time, for advertising, we're going to want to be a little bit more careful. So again, this is not the most efficient way to go about doing this. And if you know your brand, you're going to know a lot better. But if you're new to a market, this is a great way to do it. Okay. Just see, does your product resonate with this? Because if it doesn't, you might not want to advertise on it, right? Man. They struggle. I wouldn't say this is an exact one-to-one. You don't have to be married to the keywords either. You can always add them in, right? So I'd say the film stuff, the sheet mask, probably not one-to-one. These guys are more of what we would like here. Boom. I don't think we have a film. Screw that. These guys. Film. We aren't a film mask. We'll probably want to move that over. Mask for women, sheet mask, sheet face, mask overnight, mask for face mask, anti-collagen, collagen for face wrinkles, skincare. Let's grab those two, move them up. Let's move these guys over. Move this guy over. Let's grab this guy. Okay. Face mask. Okay, cool. So this is what we can then start to run our PPC with. And this we can keep as save it for later. So now we have our high volume words, we have our low volume words. And I would probably start here. And then in terms of what you would want from a campaign structure, We can just write it down here. I would start off with sponsored products with an exact and a phrase. For this, we would do the same exact thing for this. Whoops. Right? And we would just get the data. And then all the top performing keywords, all top performing keywords, we will then move into abroad. But just start with those, and then we'll get the data and build. And then also all top performing keywords, you can move into an SPV. You can move them into an SB. And then the last thing you'd want to do is you'd want to go check out the market for ASINs, and you can build out your ASIN targeting. So if we go back to collagen sleeping mask, we can go ahead and start to pull, right, what we'd want to target as a tude. So as a tude, we're a $17 product here. So we're definitely going to want to target Elisha just because they're a $20 product if it pings out. Okay, cool. Let's see what else. We got a $37.99. We are a 17. And obviously that's just a flat price. We'd probably also want to look at the fluid ounce. It looks like they are cheaper as well. So we have a 5 fluid ounce, 17 total. This is by account. It's also a little slightly different. Got this mud mask. Way cheaper than Honest Soul Void. And we don't have to go through, all of it right now, but what I would do is I would go double check here. Okay, this one's pretty expensive. And see what ASINs can you also target. Overnight facial mask, it's about the same price point. We can go up to that. Collagen, that's a lip booster, maybe not one-to-one. You could also target those as well. Right now I'm just kind of going after the lowest hanging fruit. But yeah, we scroll through here, you do the exact same thing as your keyword research, and you go ahead and just identify what are all the different ones that we can go after. Okay, too cheap. I mean, you could also just grab it and target it and see if it converts. Maybe people don't want something that cheap. Go after that guy. This guy. This guy. It's too cheap. Viral on TikTok with 25 million views. Sick. Fizz mask. I mean, maybe it's expensive. Real night mask, expensive. All right, cool. So anyways, we just went and grabbed a ton of different, whoops, come on. There we go. We went and grabbed a ton of different ASINs, and now we can kind of close it out with an ASIN targeting strategy. Okay, it's going to be a lot harder to grab the ASIN than I thought it was. All right, well, we're going to just go ahead and move the Excel into the other thing to speed this up. 1 second. Okay, so again, you're just going to go into that URL and grab that B0. List of characters. What would you even call an ASIN? Like a grouping of characters? I don't know. Like in terms of in the URL. Anyways. Things to think about. Things to think about while you go about your day. How would you define what an ASIN reads? Okay, so we have our ASINs. So we can now have ASIN targeting, right? So we're going to do our ASIN targets. For this, you do not do expanded, by the way. Just do exact. This would be product. Oops. Don't do expanded. And then it's kind of same as this. If it performs really well, you can do a separate campaign with expanded. Performs super well, you can do a separate campaign with sponsored display targeting. But start off with just this, improve performance. And then once you prove performance, once you prove performance, right, then you can go ahead and graduate. So yeah, that's how I'd approach it. So that'd be your general approach to keyword research, your general approach to building out your SEO, right? So quick recap, grab, 5-6 relative ASINs, just search your product title, find those ASINs, go ahead and add in your Cerebro filters. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and pull your data. Filters being once more, word count, keyword search volume, keyword sales volume, and those two ranking ones, you can continue to bump it to narrow it down. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and build out your SEO. For SEO, you don't have to rewrite everything from scratch. You can start with what you have and build from it. So we went from a Tude House Moist Full Collagen Sleeping Pack 3.38 ounce to a Tude Moist Full Collagen Face Mask for sleeping, hydrating, moisturizing cream for overnight beauty, Baobab oil, collagen water, 3.38 ounce. And then again, you don't have to rewrite the world. Where'd the original go? Well, I think we just rewrote the original. Fits your skin perfectly. Our collagen sleeping mask will protect your skin from dryness and makes your skin moist with this jelly texture. Perfect to apply, which we probably should honestly add a period there. Perfect to apply before sleeping to allow your skin to transform overnight. And then once you've kind of done those, grab a word counter, grab a link to a word counter, build out your backend, build out your alt text. Don't overthink it. Optimize for efficiency and then cut back as needed. And then for your PPC, start with the keyword research that makes the most sense, that's likely to convert. We didn't use the general stuff. We didn't use the bio. Start with the low-hanging fruit, prove performance within PPC. Break out your campaigns from high to low volume. If you have too many keywords within one campaign, it'll probably just spend towards the high volume. So it's good to have the high volume and the low volume separate. Once you've done that, build out your campaign structure. So start with exact and phrase for your campaigns, graduate them to top performing keywords get moved to broad, top performing keywords get moved to your SPV, top performing keywords get moved to an SB campaign. And then for your ASIN targets, same exact thing as when you were identifying the ASINs to research, identify the ASINs you want to target. So just search that collagen sleeping mask, go after anything you have a competitive advantage over. That's going to be price and reviews. Those are the two main things. You can obviously go way more broad if you want, but just good, always good to start with the low hanging fruit and then build. You can always spend more money, but spending it efficiently, going after low hanging fruit is ideal. Start with your product targets as exact, not expanded. Amazon will start them on expanded when you set up your campaign. That will spend more money. It'll operate more like a broad. So go ahead and start with exact. And then take those top performers, move them into expanded, take those top performers, move them into sponsored display product targeting to scale your spend. And that's really everything for today. Let me know if you have anything that you'd want me to dive into further, anything you'd want me to break down further within any of the individual buckets, keyword research, SEO, initial campaign setup. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.